And I imagine it's a very long way to come back and he necessarily sleep, but he would be there in time. She didn't actually, if you'd watched.
Asterisk, Prince Harry's recent public appearances have once again reignited debate about the contradictions that now define his post-royal life. Asterisk, only days after appearing in a London courtroom to argue that relentless media intrusion had made life unbearable for his wife, Meghan Markle. The Duke of Sussex was photographed thousands of miles away in the United States attending the Sundance Film Festival in Utah. The timing raised eyebrows. In court, Prince Harry spoke emotionally about privacy, press harassment, and the damage he says constant media scrutiny has caused his family. Yet almost immediately afterward, he boarded a flight to Park City, where cameras, interviews, and publicity opportunities were plentiful. There, he helped promote a new project associated with Meghan Markle, a film reportedly linked to themes around Girl Scouts, titled Cookie Queens. Asterisk, to critics, the contrast was striking. A legal plea against media attention, followed by a highly publicized appearance designed to attract exactly that. Asterisk, royal biographer Angela Levin believes this pattern reflects a deeper imbalance in the couple's public strategy. Asterisk, according to Levin, Prince Harry appears increasingly driven by the need to support his wife's projects, even when that support conflicts with his own stated views on privacy. Meghan Markle, she argues, has faced declining public popularity, particularly in the UK, and now relies more heavily on Harry's royal name to maintain media and commercial attention. Asterisk, observers at Sundance noted subtle but telling moments. Meghan Markle remained distant from some event organizers, while Prince Harry appeared more warmly engaged, reinforcing the idea that his presence still carries greater public appeal. Asterisk, the broader question, critics say, is consistency. Asterisk, how can someone denounce media exposure one week, then actively seek it the next? Asterisk, this perceived contradiction has become a recurring theme in commentary around Prince Harry's life since stepping back from royal duties. Once positioned as a reformer challenging entrenched systems, he now appears, to some, caught between grievance and promotion, condemning the spotlight while simultaneously stepping into it. Asterisk, from one royal controversy to another, attention has also returned to Prince Andrew, now formally known as Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor. Asterisk, recently photographed riding through Windsor Great Park. Andrew cut a solitary figure, a stark contrast to his former status as a senior working royal. Reports had suggested that both of his daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, had distanced themselves from their disgraced father. However, new images appeared to tell a more complicated story. Asterisk, Princess Beatrice was seen accompanying Andrew during one of his outings, signaling continued loyalty despite widespread public condemnation. According to royal commentators, Beatrice has long maintained a close bond with her father and was among those who reportedly urged him not to give his infamous 2019 BBC interview, a decision that dramatically worsened his public standing. Asterisk, sources close to the family suggest Andrew's circumstances are deteriorating rapidly. He is expected to vacate Royal Lodge and relocate to a much smaller property, marking a significant downgrade from his former lifestyle. Friends describe him as isolated, demoralized, and increasingly dependent on the emotional support of his daughters. Asterisk, Princess Eugenie, while keeping a lower public profile, has not fully severed ties either. Insiders say she prefers private visits away from media attention, avoiding any appearance that might generate headlines. Asterisk, meanwhile, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess of York, appears to have fully distanced herself from her ex. Once described as the most happily divorced couple in Britain, their arrangement has now collapsed. Ferguson is believed to be considering life abroad, possibly in the United States or Europe. After a series of professional setbacks, asterisk, publishing projects have reportedly stalled, television opportunities have dried up, and any attempt to relaunch her public image remains controversial, particularly due to her past associations and ongoing scrutiny of Andrew's conduct. Asterisk, returning to Prince Harry, critics increasingly question what role, if any, he occupies today. Asterisk, aside from intermittent legal battles with the British press, appearances at speaking engagements, and involvement with the Invictus Games, there is little clarity around his long-term direction. Even supporters acknowledge that Invictus, while meaningful, does not constitute a full-time professional role. Asterisk, royal commentators suggest Harry may feel unanchored, disconnected from royal duties, yet unable to fully establish a stable alternative identity. There are persistent rumors that he hopes to rebuild ties with his father, King Charles III, possibly seeking both financial support and a renewed sense of purpose. Asterisk, those close to him describe a man who appears visibly worn down. Recent public appearances have sparked commentary about how much older he looks compared to just a few years ago. A reminder, some say, that prolonged conflict and dissatisfaction often take a physical toll. Asterisk, for now, Prince Harry's story continues to unfold as one marked by unresolved tension between privacy and publicity, grievance and promotion, independence and dependence. Asterisk whether he can reconcile those contradictions, or whether they will continue to define him, remains an open question. Asterisk